The story takes place in a wealthy suburban neighborhood in America, where large, beautiful homes are surrounded by sprawling lawns and well-kept gardens. The streets are lined with luxury cars, and the sounds of children playing can often be heard outside, their laughter filling the air. The community feels close-knit, with neighbors hosting social events and charity functions that create an image of a perfect life. However, behind these impressive homes, many residents struggle with hidden secrets and personal issues. At 25 years old, Emma is a stunning housewife with long, brown hair and bright eyes that reflect both warmth and a sense of longing. Although she appears to have it all, she feels unfulfilled in her marriage. Emma is a talented artist who dreams of showcasing her work, but her creativity has been sidelined as she focuses on taking care of her home and husband. With her husband often away on business trips, Emma feels lonely and disconnected, yearning for a deeper connection in her life. Vincent is Emma's husband, a successful businessman in his 50s. He is always well-groomed and dressed in sharp suits, giving him an air of authority. Vincent works hard to provide a lavish lifestyle for Emma, but he often misses the emotional needs of their marriage. He believes that as long as he provides material comforts, everything will be fine. However, his frequent absences leave Emma feeling neglected and unloved, unaware of the growing distance between them. Liam is in his late 20s and works as Vincent's driver. With his dark hair and friendly smile, he easily connects with others. Unlike Vincent, who is driven by work, Liam enjoys a more relaxed lifestyle. His warm and caring personality makes him easy to talk to, and he becomes a comforting presence for Emma during her husband's long absences. As they spend time together, their conversations grow deeper, leading to a strong attraction between them. As time passes, Emma feels increasingly trapped in her routine, leading to feelings of loneliness and boredom in her marriage. Her days revolve around preparing breakfast for Vincent, who often rushes out the door without really noticing her. The conversations they share have become shallow, focused only on daily tasks rather than meaningful connection. When Vincent is away on business, Emma spends long, quiet hours alone in their large, beautiful home. Although the house is filled with luxurious furniture and artwork, it feels empty to her. She often wanders through the rooms, wishing for more excitement and passion in her life. Emma used to dream of being an artist, but those dreams feel distant now, overshadowed by the demands of being a wife. She longs for someone who truly understands her and can bring joy back into her life. Enter Liam Carter, Vincent's driver. When Emma first meets him, he is delivering Vincent's car for a trip, and his friendly smile instantly catches her attention. Unlike Vincent, who is often busy and distracted, Liam takes the time to engage her in conversation. He asks about her day and shows genuine interest in her thoughts, making her laugh with his lighthearted jokes. As Liam starts picking Emma up for errands and appointments, their chats grow deeper. He asks about her artwork and encourages her to pursue her passion, something she hasn't felt free to do in a long time. Emma feels a spark of excitement around Liam, who seems to see her for who she really is. Their growing friendship becomes a bright spot in her otherwise dull days. As Emma and Liam's friendship develops, they begin to spend more time together, turning their innocent encounters into secret meetings. They enjoy coffee on the porch, take long drives through the countryside, and linger after errands to chat. Each meeting brings them closer, and Emma starts to notice her feelings for Liam growing stronger. One day, while driving to an art supply store, they pull over to admire the scenic view of the hills and colorful autumn leaves. As they sit in the car, the mood shifts. Emma feels an undeniable connection when Liam looks at her. Without thinking, she leans in, and they share a kiss. It's a sweet moment that quickly becomes passionate, surprising both of them. As their secret meetings continue, their relationship deepens into an affair filled with desire and excitement. They meet in hidden places, both thrilled and scared of being caught. Emma finds herself torn between her feelings for Liam and her loyalty to Vincent. The thrill of their relationship raises the stakes, setting the stage for the challenges they will face ahead. As the weeks pass, Emma and Liam's interactions become more frequent and personal. What starts as casual conversations during drives quickly evolves into meaningful exchanges. Liam listens intently as Emma shares her dreams of being an artist, expressing her desire to have her work showcased in galleries. She reveals her struggles with feeling trapped in a life that seems perfect on the surface, but is emotionally unfulfilling. Liam, in turn, opens up about his own life, sharing stories of his upbringing, dreams of traveling the world, and his passion for photography. Their connection grows deeper as they confide in each other about their insecurities and disappointments. Emma feels seen and understood by Liam in a way she hasn't experienced with Vincent in years. Their laughter fills the car during drives, and stolen glances linger a moment longer than necessary. Emma begins to cherish these moments, feeling a thrill she thought was lost forever. The emotional intimacy they develop becomes the foundation of their secret romance, transforming their relationship from mere attraction into a profound bond. However, as Emma becomes more engrossed in her affair, Vincent begins to notice subtle changes in her behavior. He picks up on her distracted demeanor during dinner and the way she seems to smile more often, as if a secret joy lights up her eyes. Vincent, busy with work yet astute, starts questioning her whereabouts during the day and the late hours when he's away. He recalls how she once eagerly awaited his return, but now seems restless and distant. His suspicions deepen when he overhears a conversation between Emma and Liam while he's in the next room. Their laughter feels foreign to him, and he's struck by an unsettling feeling. Unable to shake his doubts, Vincent begins to investigate, checking Emma's phone records and monitoring her activities. The tension in the household thickens as Vincent's suspicions mount, leaving Emma to navigate her guilt and anxiety while trying to maintain the facade of a happy marriage. The stakes for both Emma and Liam grow as they realize the danger of being discovered. Despite the growing tension, the thrill of their affair propels Emma and Liam to arrange clandestine meetings in secluded spots around town. They find secret locations, like a quiet park, an abandoned warehouse, or even a cozy cafe tucked away from prying eyes, where they can escape the world outside. The excitement of sneaking around adds a rush to their encounters, making each meeting feel like a daring escape from reality. During these stolen moments, they share passionate kisses and whisper sweet nothings, each encounter deepening their bond while heightening the risk. They often have to cut their meetings short, always glancing around to ensure no one is watching. The fear of being caught amplifies their connection, transforming every brush of their hands into an electrifying moment. However, with every secret meeting, anxiety grows within Emma. She feels the weight of her choices pressing down on her, knowing that one misstep could unravel everything. The thrill of their love is accompanied by the ever-present fear of Vincent discovering the truth, forcing her to constantly live in a state of heightened alertness. Emma's heart races with both excitement and dread, creating a complex emotional landscape where love and guilt intertwine. As the affair deepens, both Emma and Liam find themselves caught in a web of passion, deception, and escalating danger that could change their lives forever. After weeks of traveling for work, Vincent Shaw unexpectedly returns home early from a business trip. The sound of his car pulling into the driveway catches Emma off guard as she stands in the kitchen, absent-mindedly stirring a pot of sauce while lost in thought about her secret affair with Liam. Her heart races, panic rising in her chest as she realizes she hasn't had time to prepare for his return. She quickly tidies up the kitchen, attempting to create an illusion of normalcy. When Vincent walks through the door, he exudes an air of authority, wearing a crisp suit and a tired expression. He greets Emma with a warm but distracted kiss, instantly noticing the slight tension in her posture. As they sit down for dinner, he tries to engage her in conversation, but Emma struggles to maintain her composure, her mind racing with thoughts of Liam. The atmosphere is thick with unspoken words as Vincent asks her about her days, while she skillfully dodges questions about her social life, hiding the truth behind polite smiles. Their dinner ends awkwardly, and Vincent's growing suspicions linger in the air. He can sense that something is off, that Emma is holding back. Later, as he prepares for bed, he notices Emma's phone buzzing with a message from Liam, which she quickly silences. The unease settles deeper within him, and he resolves to uncover the truth. Following day, Vincent takes it upon himself to confront Liam directly. He finds him waiting in the driveway, preparing to take Emma for a drive. As Vincent approaches, Liam stands tall, trying to maintain his composure, but his heart races in response to the tension. Vincent's eyes narrow, and his voice is steady, but laced with menace. "Do you think I don't know what's been going on?" he says, each word dripping with accusation. "You think you can just waltz into my life and take what's mine?" Liam, feeling cornered, stands his ground. "I don't want any trouble, Vincent. Emma and I—" "You and Emma? What?" Vincent interrupts, his voice rising. "You think you can have her? I'll ruin you if you don't stay away from her." Liam's pulse quickens as he realizes the depths of Vincent's anger. "You're wrong if you think you can scare me. I care about Emma, and if you hurt her—" The air is thick with tension as the two men stare each other down, both knowing the stakes have risen. Liam threatens to expose their affair, believing it will bring the truth to light and protect Emma. Vincent, however, sees this as a declaration of war, and his rage boils over. As the confrontation escalates, he takes a deep breath, masking his emotions behind a facade of calm. Later that night, Vincent's mind races with thoughts of betrayal and humiliation. He sits alone in his study, the dim light casting shadows on the walls, and begins to plot. The idea of losing Emma to Liam ignites a fire of rage within him, and the notion of protecting his reputation morphs into a desperate resolve to eliminate the threat. He considers the perfect plan, one that would ensure Liam would never interfere again. Vincent believes he must act swiftly and decisively to regain control over his life and marriage. With each passing moment, his anger solidifies into cold determination. As he plans, he recalls past confrontations with Liam, recalling moments of vulnerability and the careless way he has let his guard down. Vincent believes that if he can frame Liam as a danger to Emma, no one will suspect him. He thinks about ways to make Liam's disappearance look like an accident, allowing him to continue living the life he's built without the looming threat of exposure. In his mind, the idea of murder is no longer a distant thought. It has become a solution, a way to remove the chaos and protect his carefully crafted image. As Vincent sits in the darkness, plotting his next move, the stage is set for a deadly confrontation that would change all their lives forever. The tension in the Harding household reaches a breaking point one evening when Vincent unexpectedly returns home early from a business trip. The atmosphere is charged with suspicion as he senses that something is amiss. Emma, attempting to keep up appearances, feigns a calm demeanor, but her heart races as she recalls her secret meetings with Liam. That night, Vincent's intuition proves correct. After dinner, while Emma cleans up, Vincent receives a text from Liam asking if he can see Emma that evening. The message sparks a surge of anger within Vincent. He confronts Emma, demanding to know who she has been seeing behind his back. The situation escalates quickly as Emma desperately tries to defend herself, realizing she must protect Liam at all costs. In a fit of rage, Vincent storms out to find Liam, his mind clouded with jealousy and betrayal. He tracks him down at a secluded spot near the house where they often talked during their drives. When Vincent arrives, he finds Liam leaning against his car, a casual smile on his face, unaware of the storm brewing. Vincent's anger boils over, and in a heated exchange, he accuses Liam of stealing his wife and ruining his life. The confrontation turns violent as Vincent pushes Liam, causing him to stumble back. Words are exchanged, each one more heated than the last, until Vincent, in a moment of blind rage, reaches for a nearby object, a heavy tire iron left on the ground. Without thinking, he swings it at Liam, hitting him squarely on the head. Liam collapses, lifeless, the fight leaving his body in an instant. Vincent stands over him, panting heavily, disbelief washing over him as he realizes what he has done. Panicking, Vincent quickly arranges the scene to make it appear as if it were an accident or a crime of passion, tossing the tire iron away and pretending to check Liam for signs of life. With a deep sense of dread and guilt clawing at him, he returns home, forcing himself to act normal. Later that night, Emma senses something is terribly wrong when Liam doesn't return her calls or messages. Her heart races as a gnawing feeling of anxiety takes over. Unable to bear the tension, she heads outside to search for Liam, hoping to find him waiting in the driveway or walking back from the nearby park where they had often shared intimate moments. As she steps outside, the moonlight casts an eerie glow over the darkened neighborhood. When she approaches the secluded area where she often met Liam, her breath catches in her throat as she stumbles upon his lifeless body lying on the ground. Shock and horror flood her senses as she kneels beside him, tears streaming down her face. "Liam, no, no, no," she cries out, shaking him gently, desperate for him to wake up. But there's no response. The weight of despair crashes down on her as the truth sinks in. Her heart breaks not only for the loss of Liam, who had brought her joy and companionship, but also for the realization that Vincent, her husband, is somehow involved. Conflicted emotions swirl within her grief for her lover and fear of her husband's wrath. How could this have happened? As the cold reality of the situation sinks in, Emma's mind races with thoughts of what Vincent might do next. She realizes that she must tread carefully, for if Vincent is capable of this, he could turn his anger toward her as well. Devastated and torn, Emma must now grapple with the harsh truth of her double life and the man she has loved. The dream of happiness with Liam is shattered, and she is left with the haunting question of how far Vincent will go to protect his secrets. After the shocking murder of Liam, Vincent is in a state of panic. He knows that the evidence of his crime could easily lead to his downfall, and he feels the walls closing in around him. Determined to cover his tracks, he begins to manipulate the situation in a calculated manner. Vincent starts by staging the scene of Liam's death to look like a violent altercation gone wrong. He carefully arranges the evidence, including items from Liam's car and personal belongings, to suggest that Liam was a dangerous individual who had been stalking Emma. Vincent plants a few threatening messages on Liam's phone, making it seem as though he had been trying to blackmail them. To further solidify his story, he fabricates a false narrative, claiming that he had confronted Liam about his inappropriate behavior and that the confrontation escalated into a fight. Using his connections in the community, Vincent also begins to spread rumors about Liam. He talks to their mutual acquaintances, portraying Liam as a reckless and untrustworthy person. He suggests that Liam had ulterior motives for getting close to Emma, painting him as a predator who posed a threat to their family. Vincent's charismatic personality and reputation lend credibility to his claims, allowing him to manipulate those around him and divert attention away from his own guilt. Meanwhile, he uses subtle intimidation to keep Emma in line. Vincent tells her that they must present a united front and that any slip-up could jeopardize their reputation. He pressures her to stay silent about the true nature of Liam's death, emphasizing that the truth could destroy their lives and ruin everything they've worked for. In the aftermath of Liam's murder, Emma is plunged into a whirlpool of conflicting emotions. She is devastated by the loss of Liam, the only person who truly understood her and made her feel alive. The grief she feels is overwhelming, and she struggles to comprehend how the man she loved is gone forever. At the same time, she finds herself grappling with her loyalty to Vincent. Despite his flaws, he is her husband, and they have built a life together. He provides for her financially and maintains the facade of a perfect marriage to the outside world. As Vincent shares his manipulated version of events, Emma is torn between believing her husband and remembering the truth of her affair with Liam. Emma feels trapped in a web of deception. On one hand, she is haunted by her love for Liam and the guilt of their affair. On the other, she fears the consequences of going against Vincent. After the shocking murder of Liam, the normally peaceful suburban neighborhood is thrown into chaos. The next day, police arrive at the Shaw residence to investigate. The initial atmosphere of the household is one of shock and confusion, but Vincent quickly tries to establish his innocence. He claims that Liam was a disgruntled employee who came to threaten him and that the altercation was self-defense. However, as the police question the couple, cracks begin to form in Vincent's story. They find inconsistencies in his timeline, and a thorough examination of the scene reveals evidence that suggests the murder was premeditated rather than a spontaneous act of violence. With the investigation escalating and her feelings of guilt consuming her, Emma can no longer live in denial. After days of sleepless nights and anxiety, she confronts Vincent in their lavish living room, filled with expensive art and decorations that now feel cold and uninviting. Tension is palpable as she demands to know the truth about Liam's death. Vincent tries to dismiss her concerns, insisting that everything will be fine and that she should forget about it. But Emma's anger and sadness boil over. She accuses him of lying and reveals her knowledge of his manipulative nature, urging him to come clean about what really happened that night. The confrontation escalates into a fierce argument, where Emma's hurt is matched only by Vincent's defensive fury. Vincent's mask slips, and he becomes increasingly agitated, revealing his true colors. He attempts to justify his actions, claiming that Liam was a threat to their marriage and that he did what he had to do to protect their family. Emma, feeling cornered and betrayed, stands her ground. She tells Vincent that she cannot live with the weight of his lies and the murder of the man she loved, even if their relationship was built on secrets. In the aftermath of the confrontation, Emma gathers her courage and decides to take action. She realizes that the only way to find peace and justice for Liam is to cooperate with the police. She reaches out to Officer Ramirez, the lead investigator, and shares everything she knows, including the details of the argument she overheard and her suspicions about Vincent's true nature. Using the evidence gathered from the crime scene and Emma's testimony, the police are able to build a case against Vincent. As the investigation progresses, they uncover further evidence that points to Vincent's guilt, including security footage, from a neighbor's camera that captures the moment Vincent confronts Liam. The footage, combined with Emma's account, makes it clear that Vincent's actions were deliberate and not an act of self-defense. With the evidence mounting, the police arrest Vincent Shaw, leading to a public trial that exposes the dark secrets of their seemingly perfect life. Emma feels a mix of relief and sorrow as she watches the man she once loved being taken away in handcuffs. Though the path ahead is uncertain, she knows she has taken the first step towards reclaiming her life and finding closure after the tragedy. In the end, Emma reflects on the choices that led her down this dark path and vows to honor Liam's memory by embracing her passion for art and finding a new purpose in life. As she begins to rebuild her life, she understands that true freedom comes from honesty and the courage to confront the past.